Hai, Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi semua. Continue revision session trial SPM Sarawak paper 2 for section B and section C. For section B, as usual, 20 marks. So you just choose one of the question in this session. Okay, number 9. Diagram 9.1 shows an outdoor storage tank. The water pipe in the house leaks at 2 points X and Y. You can see there's a pipe here. There's a leaking point, X and Y. And this is the water tank. This is the pipe. Okay. Here, the depth of liquid is one of the factors that affect pressure in liquid. Instead, one another factors. So this one is about pressure in liquid. You can go back to the list of formula if you forgot about the formula. So you have pressure in liquid, H rho T. Depth, density, gravitational strength, or gravitational acceleration G. So mentioned here is already the depth of liquid H. So means you have another 2. So you just take one here for 1 mark. You can just write down density of liquid. Or okay, gravitational field strength, okay, or gravitational acceleration is in here. Okay. B. Based on diagram, compare depth of water at point X and Y, horizontal distance of water spurting out, X and Y, water pressure at point X and Y. Look at again this one. So the depth is measured from the surface of water from the tank, means from this level. So for X, this is the depth of X. For Y, this is the depth of Y. So if you compare depth from here, you can see depth of water at X is smaller than Y. Okay, and then you compare about the pressure. Pressure at X is smaller than pressure at Y. Now let's write the answer. Okay, let's say I start with X. Okay, depth of water at X is lower or shorter than Y is okay. Either shorter or smaller. Okay. Horizontal distance. This one. This is the horizontal distance. This is for let's say horizontal distance d, yeah, dx. So this one for y is dy. So for x shorter than y, okay, shorter. Water pressure at point X. Okay, in the exam you don't write here the answer. You have the extra paper given for you all to write the answer. Okay, I just write here so that you can refer to the question easily. Okay, okay. Pressure at X is smaller than at Y. Okay. Let's relate water pressure and horizontal distance. So I discussed about X first just now. So you can see horizontal distance shorter, pressure smaller. Okay, so we can write something like that, like this. The smaller the pressure, the shorter the horizontal distance. Okay. Relationship between pressure and depth. Can you see there? Depth here shorter, pressure smaller. The lower the depth of water, the smaller the pressure. Okay. So this is how you relate. That's why when you compare, if you start with X and the rest also start with X, then you can see the relationship correctly. For part 2 here, don't write directly proportional because based on the comparison here, we make conclusion, not based on the graph. So you write like you are writing the hypothesis for an experiment. Okay, you can also write something like when depth of water decreases, pressure decreases. Or when depth of water increases, the pressure increases. Okay, okay part D, calculation. Atmospheric pressure, 10 meter of water. Alright, continue. D. Atmospheric pressure 10 meter water, density 1000. Calculate atmospheric pressure in Pascal. So this one is convert the unit from meter of water to Pascal. Okay, so atmospheric pressure 10 meter water. Okay, formula P equals to H rho G. So based on this value 10 meter of water, the H, the depth is, this is actually represent H. Okay, density is density of water because here is water. And the value of G 9.81. Okay, you can refer to the list of formula for value of G. Okay, substitute H in meter, so 10. Density of water 1000. G equals to 9.81. Okay, so you will get the answer equals to, you can write the answer in standard form. 9.81 times 10 to the power of 4 Pascal. Okay, don't round off. This one 2 decimal, 2 dp. Okay, at the same time 3 significant figures. Okay, so this is your answer. Correct unit, correct substitution, correct answer, and unit. So whatever liquid use, so we apply the same formula to convert to Pascal. P equals to H rho G. Okay, gunakan formula yang sama. Okay, part 2. Calculate total water pressure at Y if the depth of water is 5 meter. Okay, so pressure equals to H rho G. Okay, atmospheric pressure just now already given 10 meter water. Okay, so the total pressure for water at a certain depth, this is the level of water. Above here, there is atmospheric pressure. Let's say depth of 5 meters. So what is pressure at this point? So you need to add atmospheric pressure plus pressure of water. Because of this one is water, so we can just add directly. So 10 plus 5. So it becomes 15 meter water. So the total pressure is 15 meter water. So you substitute here H equals to 15. Density water 1000 G 9.81. Okay, so we get the answer 1.47 10 to the power 4 Pascal. Okay, if mentioned in SI unit, you must use P equals to H rho G. But if not mentioned, you can leave your answer in this unit. 15 meter water. Okay. Okay, diagram 9.3 shows a pail, hose, table, and aquarium. You are assigned to remove water from aquarium using items given. So this is actually a siphon method. Okay, you don't use any motor or any device to pump the water, but just using a hose, a pipe, a pail, and aquarium filled with water. What you do, suggested arrangement. You have 4 methods here. Okay, KLMN. So we have position of pail, position of aquarium, diameter of hose, and different in height. Okay. Remember, for pressure, for water to be transmitted at high speed using the formula P equals to H rho G, means the factor that affect pressure at certain point is depth, of course, density and G. Okay, so in this case, we are using the same water it transmitted and also same G. So means the factor H need to be considered. So why water can be transmit from one point to another? Remember properties of fluid. Fluid tu maksudnya liquid atau gas. Gas can flow or liquid can flow when there is difference in pressure. Saya explain dulu. Example gas. Kalau kat dapur ada gas tank kan untuk memasak tu. Okay, actually it's a compressed gas inside one small tank. So the pressure inside is very high. Once you turn on the tap for the cooking gas, automatically the gas will coming out from the tap. Okay, because the higher pressure will push out the gas out. So gas flow from high pressure to low pressure. Same happen to liquid such as water. It always flow from high pressure to low pressure. So in order to transmit liquid or water from this aquarium to the pail, we need to ensure that there is a difference in pressure. If you place this hose pipe into the pail and the aquarium, the two endpoints, there must be difference in pressure. Okay, the higher the difference, the faster the water will be transferred. Okay, because difference in pressure will relate to how fast the water can be transferred out. Okay, let's look at the method given here. So the pail is to collect water, so we can put it on the floor. Okay, so I choose this one on the floor. Either one on the table. Position of aquarium, in order to produce a difference in pressure, we need to place it at different position to produce different depth of liquid. Okay, so we cannot place it on the floor because the pail is already on the floor, so we put it on the table. Okay, diameter of hose. Diameter is related to area. Remember, pressure in liquid does not depend on shape, size, or cross-sectional area, tak ada factor area. So the diameter of the hose, which is large, will able to let more water coming out. Okay, at certain time. Lebih cepat. Lebih banyaklah keluar air tu. So better choose which is large. Okay. Small or large, same speed does not affect the pressure. So you are free to choose whether you want it big, small or large. So I choose large one. Okay, different in height must be higher. 1 meter, 0.5, 0.5, 1 meter, which is 1 meter. Okay. So from here I can see the method N has the most ticks that I want. So I will choose N. And normally when I answer this type of question, I will choose first. Then I will discuss only what I choose here. The characteristic that I choose. Okay. So choose the most suitable method and provide the reasons of your choice. So this one, as usual, use table method to answer. Guna ruler measure lukis lah sebab saya tak ada ruler sini. Jadi tak berapa cantik Okay. We have two columns. The first one is characteristic. Reasons. Okay. Okay, the first one we will discuss about position of the pill. The pill is placed on the floor. Okay, don't just write on the floor. Write completely. Like the position of pill is on the floor. The pill is placed on the floor. Okay, the first characteristic. Reason. Okay, to create lower pressure region. Because our purpose is to create difference in pressure. So end of the hose which is placed in the pail will produce lower pressure point or lower pressure region. Okay, number two, second characteristic is position of aquarium. The aquarium is placed on the table. Okay, this one to create higher pressure region. Okay, so the third characteristic on here third one is about diameter of hose. Larger diameter of hose to transfer large volume of water. Okay. All characteristic level is the difference in height must be higher difference in height. In height. Okay, higher difference in height. So to produce larger difference in pressure. Okay, ataupun to produce higher speed of liquid transfer also can. Because the higher the pressure, the difference in pressure, the higher the speed of water transfer. Okay. So we have discussed the four characteristics. Now, which one is chosen? Yang manakah dipilih and is chosen? Why? You must write again the reason on the left side. Because the pail is on the floor, the aquarium is on the table, has larger diameter hose and higher difference in height. You write again here. Okay, there is the characteristic. Okay, N is chosen because tulis mula. Macam salin balik saja ini. Tulis di sini. So ini akan dapat 10 markah. Okay. Ini one pair. Then this one chosen one, reason one. Okay. The reasons here can be repeated, can be same. Okay, if suitable, but characteristic cannot be repeated. Okay. Okay, number 10. 10.1 shows nuclear reaction. Okay, so we have a neutron bombard uranium. It causes it to split to two, krypton and barium. At the same time, release 3 neutrons. Name the type of nuclear reaction that occurred. So ini splitting, split. Heavier nuclei split to two lighter nuclei. Okay, so the type of reaction, we call it nuclear fission. Kalau yang split tu kita panggil fission. Kalau yang combine become heavier, itu fusion. Okay, beza dia. Calculate mass defect in kilogram. Calculate energy produced in nuclear reaction. Okay. Okay, I will write here the answer. So to calculate the mass defect, you calculate the mass before and mass after. Given already the mass in A and U. So what you do, you just total up mass before fission and mass after fission. Then you take mass before minus mass after. Okay, so I think it's quite long, the writing, so I write here. M equals to, okay, before is there is a 1 neutron, so 1.00867 plus, don't round off, just write again the value given. Ikut sahaja yang diberikan. This is before, minus after. After we have krypton 91.9261. Barium 140.91441 plus 3 neutron. Okay, so it's quite long. Okay, you just use calculator to calculate, you will get the answer. Zero point one This is in A and U or U. So you want to convert to kilogram, use this factor. So 0.18606 multiply 1.66 times 10 to the power negative 27. Okay, so you will get the answer in kilogram. Okay, so you will get 3.088596 times 10 to the power negative 28 kilogram. Okay, don't rounding off. Tulis saja. Kalau ini dia buat sampai 5, dia boleh letak 5 desimal ataupun 6 kan, ikutlah. Okay, calculate energy produced. So E equals to mc squared. Einstein formula. The mass defect calculated already. C is speed of light. You can refer to the list of formula. C equals to 3 times 10 power 8. Okay, so the mass 3.08856 10 power negative 28 times 3 times 10 power 8 squared. Okay, so we'll get the answer is 2.78 10 to the power negative 11 Joule. Okay, answer in Joule lah. Okay, by referring diagram 10.1, explain how chain reaction can be produced. Okay, so the chain reaction means the reaction that cannot be controlled. That's why we call it change. Berantai, maksudnya dia tak habis kalau tak dikawal. So chain reaction occur for the splitting process of uranium. So firstly, you can see from the diagram above. Here, this is the nucleus of uranium bombarded by one neutron. So it becomes uranium-236, which is unstable, and then it split to two, krypton and barium. Release at the same time 3 neutrons. So what happens next? The 3 neutrons that release out here, it again will bombard another uranium, another 3 uranium. Causes it to split to two, barium and krypton, and release another uranium. So if the uranium is not controlled, the uranium will continue to bombard another uranium nucleus and become unstoppable. Dia akan continue. Selagi ada uranium yang bombard, selagi ada neutron yang bombard uranium itu, process of the nuclear fission will continue. Okay, dia akan bertambah. Okay. First, uranium 235 is bombarded with a neutron, actually a slow moving neutron, to produce uranium-236, which is unstable. Nuclear fission occurs uranium 226 split to krypton in area. And also 3 neutron. The 3 neutron will continue to bombard another uranium 225 and produce chain reaction. Okay. Okay. Firstly, you nampak sini uranium 235 bombarded with neutron to produce uranium 236, which is unstable. Because of this one unstable, it will split to two lighter nuclei, krypton and barium, by process of nuclear fission, and at the same time release 3 neutrons. The 3 neutrons again will continue to bombard another uranium-235, and this one will produce chain reaction if not controlled. Okay. Okay, diagram 10.2 shows cross-section of nuclear reactor model. Okay, you can see there's a moderator, control rod, fuel, okay, and this one you can see the pipe here, water, the steam coming out, okay, very thick wall of the nuclear reactor. A new nuclear reactor is to be built near the seaside. Characteristic of nuclear reactor PQRS with different specification. So we have 4 model PQR. PQRS. For nuclear reactor, it using this nuclear fission process. So if using nuclear fission, it must be controlled to prevent chain reaction. If not, large amount of heat will be released out and cause the reactor nuclear to explode if not controlled. So we must have all the safety features required for this reactor nuclear. Okay, the first one, the control rod. The control rod that we need to use is boron or cadmium. So in this case, graphite cannot be used. So I will choose boron. Sorry. I choose this one, graphite. Okay, moderator is graphite. Yeah. Okay, fuel, you use uranium. Heavy nucleus. Heavy nucleus. We cannot use krypton. Yeah. Wall of reactor must be very thick, concrete, very strong. Okay. Okay. So you can see from here the most thick goes to model P. Okay, so I will explain characteristic for model P. As usual, table form. Characteristic. reasons. Okay, first, the properties of P. The contour rod is boron. What is a function of boron? To absorb excess neutron. Because one fission will release out 3 neutrons. So if you want to control it, you just control the number of neutron that able to bombard another nucleus. So what we do, absorb excess neutron. Maybe just absorb 2, let 1 only here to bombard another uranium nucleus. So we can control the process. Number 2 is about the moderator. Graphite moderator is used. What is the function of moderator? As we know, for the fission process, the neutron that bombard nucleus must be slow moving neutron. So this one is to slow down fast moving neutron. Okay. 3. Okay, the fuel is uranium. Heavy nucleus and able to produce large energy. Okay. Number 4. Wall of reactor is thick concrete. Okay, to prevent dangerous. As you know that for the process, the fuel sometimes it decay at the same time and produce um, radiation like alpha, beta, and gamma, which is very dangerous. So this one, we use thick concrete in order to prevent the dangerous radiation emitted to surrounding. Okay, then we can make conclusion. Yeah, we can make conclusion already. B is chosen because. You write again here all the reason or the characteristic from this column. We just write here again. Okay, so this one will give you 10 marks. So if you write in table form, you can see all the points clearly. There's no repetition of characteristic, and then the reason also is suitable for the characteristic discussed. For reason, you can repeat if suitable. Okay, if not suitable, it's considered wrong. Okay, now look at the last one, section C, 20 marks. Only one question given to you. No choice, you need to answer that question. Number 11, diagram 11.1, 11.2 show piece of copper wire and rod connected to zero-centered galvanometer. The two copper rods are moved upwards between two magnetic magnets that are opposite poles. You can see this is a galvanometer, the copper rod, and the magnet. There's no power supply in this case. If no power supply, means we can say it is about induction concept. Okay. What is induction? I hope you know the change in the magnetic flux produces current or induced EMF. What is the meaning of induced current? The current that, that produced by change in magnetic flux. Okay? Ataupun dia ada boleh juga sebut the cutting off magnetic flux also can. The current that produced by change in magnetic flux or the current that produced by the cutting off of the magnetic flux. Okay. Based on diagram, compare, contrast. Banding dan beza. Compare and contrast. Direction of motion. Cross-sectional area of copper rod. Magnitude of deflection. So ada tiga benda yang you kena buat. First one, you will discuss about direction of motion. Okay, look at which direction the conductor move. Okay, both move upwards. Direction of motion. Oh. Eleven point one. And 11.2 are same, which is upwards. Okay, yang pertama. Second, cross-sectional area of copper rod. Nampak copper rod. Yang ni smaller diameter, ini larger diameter. Okay. So cross-sectional area for rod in 11.1 is smaller than 11.2. Okay. Deflection. Okay, deflection ini 10, negative 10. Ini more than negative 20. So this one deflect more. Okay. Deflection in 11.1 is smaller than 11.2. Okay, jadi ada tiga benda di sini ya. Tiga, so saya tak cukup ruang. You all boleh tulis di ruang jawapan ataupun kertas jawapan yang lebih besar lah yang disediakan. So I write it here so that you can see the question and the answer. Okay. So in exam, real exam, don't write like this. If maybe the examiner forget check this part, you might lose the mark for this one. So write in the given in the provided paper. Relate magnitude of diffraction with cross-sectional area to make deduction relationship between induced current and cross-sectional area of copper rod. So you can see 11.1, this one 11.1. Cross-sectional area 11.1 smaller, diffraction smaller. Okay, smaller. Okay, so now the first one, the smaller the cross-sectional area, the smaller diffraction. Diffraction for pointer. Okay, yang pertama, cross-sectional area, diffraction. Okay, second one, cross-sectional area and current. Okay, smaller diffraction means a smaller current. Okay, thus the smaller the cross-sectional area, the smaller the induced current. Okay, atau sebaliknya pun boleh lah. The greater the cross-sectional area, the greater the induced current. So, bila kat sini mata dia. Name the physics concept. Kena tambah lagi ya. Electromagnetic induction. Tiga mata sini. Tulis saja konsep. Okay. The concept is electromagnetic induction. Okay. Okay, part C. 11.3 shows a bar magnet move into solenoid and produce induced current. Explain what happens at NP, direction of diffraction of needle, and the law of physics involved generating induced current. So when moved to NP, no. Move to NP, what happens to P? Okay, for this bar magnet, there are flux lines. Okay, there are flux lines. So you move the north pole towards NP, the solenoid will cut this magnetic flux of the bar magnet. So the cutting of the magnetic flux, it will induce EMF across the wire, or it will cause the current to flow in this solenoid. Okay, so direction of current that produce always oppose the effect that produces it. So you can, what is the meaning of that statement? If north pole coming towards it try to repel it away. So to repel it away, NP will become north pole. So if P become north pole, what is direction of current in the solenoid? You can apply right hand grip rule for solenoid. Okay, if you remember, you can put your finger like this, your forefinger. This is your forefinger, and then your thumb like this. Okay, okay, you're pointing your thumb to the to the north pole. Okay, so these four fingers curling down, showing that the current is flowing down in front here. Okay, just follow. Okay, so you can see in the solenoid above here, current flow from right to left. So this one will cause the pointer to point to the left. Okay, so I just explain here. Okay, explain what happens at NP, direction of deflection of galvanometer needle, and law of physics. Okay, okay, can I explain? When the bar magnet is pushed towards NP, NP becomes north pole. Okay, induced current flow. You can see flow from right to left. Huh? Galvanometer pointer deflected to left. Okay, so the law involved here is Planck's law. This is about direction, so it's Planck's law. When we talk about magnitude, it's Faraday law. But the structure of DC generator, you can see there's a split ring here. Commutator, or we call it commutator, and this is the external resistor, coil, okay, and then magnet. Okay, the generator produces small direct current. Suggests modification so that it produces high alternating current. So in this case, you must understand the factors that affect induced current. What are factors that affect induced current? For induced EMF, okay, we can look at again at the structure. Magnet, to produce larger change in magnetic flux or larger cutting, the bar magnet or the magnetic magnet here must be use strong magnet. Okay, the coil more turns. Okay, and then the movement must be higher speed. Rotate the coil faster. Another one will be something else like the diameter of the wire used and everything. Okay, so kita dah dapat sikit idea the modification, what are the aspect that need to be modified. So characteristic, based on characteristic of magnet, wire and type of ring. Okay, try to answer this. This one also suggested to write in table form. Okay, what is your suggestion for the modification? You write something like this, or sometimes just write aspect also can. So this one explanation of why you suggest that modification. Okay, the first one, if we don't want to write the numbering also can. I want to write because I can see how many points already written here. So characteristic of magnet. Okay, use stronger magnet. If you know the name of the magnet, you can write like use neodymium magnet. Neodymium magnet is very strong magnet. Even a very small one, size of 5 cent, its ability to attract ferromagnetic material is very high. Okay, you can try it. It's neodymium. Okay, produce stronger magnetic field. Stronger magnetic field means more lines. More lines will cause more change in magnetic flux when cut by the conductor. Okay, second aspect. Okay, use more number of turns of the coil. Coil yang lebih banyak turns. Okay, we produce larger cutting or larger chains again of magnetic flux. Okay, so 10 marks means you try to write at least 5 suggestions of modification. Okay, use copper wire as a coil. Why we choose copper wire? Okay, because copper wire has low resistance. So when low resistance, it will cause current to produce is larger. Okay, from the formula I and R inversely proportional. Okay, next suggestion. Cross-sectional area. or thickness of wire or diameter also can. Ini sama reason dengan atas, lower resistance. So boleh repeat asalkan sesuai. Okay, number 5, as we discuss, as we go through the question just now, we can see the modification is to convert DC generator to AC generator. So DC generator is using commutator, split ring commutator. If we want to change it to AC generator, we need to change the commutator to slip rings. Okay, change the commutator to slip ring. Okay, so the output will become alternating current. Okay, because our purpose is to convert this DC generator to AC generator. So I have listed 5 suggestions. So this one is already enough to get 10 marks. If you have more than that, you can just list out here. Okay, so I think for the section B and C, that's all. Okay, thank you for joining my session.